Hello, Sebastian Lucido here, and welcome to 5 Minute Fresh Start. We're going to finish our series today on faith. We're in Mark chapter 5, in verse 35. It says, "While he was still speaking, some came to him from the ruler of the synagogue's house, who said, 'Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?' As soon as Jesus heard the words that were spoken, he said to the ruler of the synagogue, 'Do not be afraid, only believe.'" So the report comes in that your daughter is dead. Jesus says, "Do not be afraid, only believe." And he permitted no one to follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. Then he came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue and saw the tumult and those who were weeping, wailing loudly. When he came, he said to them, "Why are you making this commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but sleeping." They ridiculed him, but when he had put them all out of the house, they put them all outside. Notice that Jesus put everyone of unbelief outside. He took the father and mother of the child and those who were with him and entered in where the child was laying. He took the child by the hand and said to her, "Talitha cumi," which is translated, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." Immediately the girl rose and walked, for she was 12 years of age, and they were overcome with great amazement. But he commanded them strictly not to tell anyone, and get to give her something to eat. So as I'm looking at this, there's 4 or 5 obvious pieces here. Number one, even if it looks dead, there's always hope. I mean, remember John, Lazarus, he rose him from the dead. But even at the Red Sea, it looked like there were no hope. There's always hope with God. There may not be any human hope. We may not be able to see a way out, but there's always hope. He said, "Don't be afraid, but believe." Then I think the other interesting thing was there were people ridiculing him for his faith and ridiculing him for his words. He made sure they weren't in the house. He put them outside. Sometimes we need to turn away from those that come against our faith, thinking that we're crazy, thinking that we're doing something that's abnormal, believing an unseen God and not doing. I've seen people not take medication believing God. I would never ridicule anybody for doing anything that they believe they're doing in the service to God and His Word. So he put everything out, all of the unbelievers, all of the ridiculing out. Sometimes we need to shut those voices off when we're believing God for something. The next thing is he spoke what he wanted to happen. If you look at all of the faith victories that Jesus had, it was Lazarus come forth, arise and walk, be cleansed. He doesn't make a 30-minute speech. He speaks the desired result. No man eat fruit of you any longer, to the fig tree, right? He didn't say, "Father, I pray that you would." He took authority over who he was, and he spoke the desired results. Arise and walk, be healed, be gone, come out, get behind me. So it's very short phrases. Even when he blessed food, he didn't say some 5-minute speech. It was, he gave thanks and they ate. So we tend to want to draw a picture or reinforce what we want to do, in God's ear over and over again. But at the end of the day, it's faith and the command that the desired result. And so here again, we see that a lot of times we need to eradicate voices in our life that bring doubt and unbelief. We need to, it's never too late. It can only be late in our minds. And a lot of times God will bring us there, but it's never too late. I mean, something could be dead and stinking, as it was in John 11, right, with Lazarus. And, and then also speak the desired results and not trying to convince God. I think we spend so much time trying to convince God in prayer and faith that we lose sight that a price was already paid for us. That Jesus paid the price, and we don't have to repay the price. We don't have to convince God. We've got to convince ourselves. That's why when I'm in a big faith battle, I get the scriptures that pertain to that battle, and I recite them over me. Healing right now, I recite 102 scriptures over myself every day. I speak them over my body and over my mind every day. And, what does that do? It brings faith. It brings a confession. It speaks to the spirit realm. And so that's it's the power of God. We have so much power available to us, and we're not living in it. Anyway, that's our broadcast for today. Please share this with family and friends. Pray about becoming a $10 partner, $10 a month, and also pray about becoming a free member. Anyway, God